Hi guys, and welcome back to Irons United for another transfer roundup video. This is a rumour that's sort of broken over the last hour, 2 hours, hour or so. And it's about Manuel Lanzini in a dispute, a legal dispute apparently, over his contract. Now, apparently there is some truth to this rumour. We've tried to have a look around and we spoke to people and they seem to think there is something to it. And essentially, he's not happy with the 2-year extension that we have the right to act on his contract. And he's apparently taken it to court for a legal dispute. Apparently the club think he's going to win it and they've offered him a new 5-year deal. Now, it's a strange one for me because, I mean, we've just given him the loyalty of, we just paid his wages for a year because he got injured in international duty. I personally can only see this being that he either wants more money, or his agent wants more money, or he's already been tapped up by someone else. I guess an automatic extension means he doesn't get more money, so maybe he's thinking, well, all these guys want more money now, I want more money. But it's really a strange one. I mean, it's they've got to act quick, the club, because he's technically going to be in the last year of his contract starting the season coming. That'll be his last season. So if this is going to happen, they've got to sell him quick and get someone in, or give him this new contract and get it signed. Now, I don't know what bits the rumour are true, which aren't, but there is apparently a solid basis around this rumour that something that is actually true. What do you guys think? I think, if he doesn't sign a new contract, I think it's going to be a scramble from a lot of big teams trying to pick him up. I could see 20, 25 million. Maybe that's too much with being last year of his contract. But it's... If you said this to me last summer, before he got injured, I said it'd be a massive blow. But having the fact that he's only played the last 8 games, I don't know if he got any assists, he's only got 1 goal. I don't think it'd be a total loss. If he's not happy with the contract and we can't get him signed a new one, sell him, bring someone else in. There's plenty of players that we've been linked with that we could bring in and replace him with. But it's an interesting one, and we just added on the end of this video because it's something that we've just come across and you guys probably want to hear about. So what we tell you is that there is truth to the rumour. We don't know exactly what parts are, but there's something in it about his legal dispute, and hopefully we get it sorted as soon as possible. What do you guys think? Is 25 million too much? 20 million too much? Should we just up and sell him? Do you think he'll sign a new contract? What will happen if he signs a contract? Are you guys going to be happy with it? Are you going to stick by him, or is this going to be like another Payet or an Arnautovic saga? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, like, share and subscribe. Always, come on you Irons.
Maurice. According to Sky Sports, we've offered £10 million for the 21-year-old winger. He currently plays for League 2 club Lorient and had an excellent season last season, trying to get Lorient to win promotion to the League 1. He scored 14 goals and assisted in 4 in 35 games. As I said, Lorient just missed out on promotion, and it looks like possibly this player now is available for a transfer. Well, don't really know much about him, so let's tell you what I've tried to find out. He's a fast, pacey winger with plenty of skill. Apparently Arsenal and newly promoted Norwich are interested in the player. He plays out on the left. He's a left winger, could possibly be a good backup for Anderson. What it could mean is that Anderson could be moved into a central attacking midfield role just behind the front man, putting Maurice out wide, and with Anderson's pace and Maurice's pace, that could be quite an interesting proposition. He is also a player that is rumoured that could potentially be developed into an attacking midfield role or attacking central role, and shades of Thierry Henry start springing to mind. But it's certainly something that West Ham need. We certainly need a player with a bit more pace up front, because it's something that we quite clearly were lacking last season in the final third of the pitch. So if you look at, for example, teams like Palace, they've got quite a lot of pacey players. and they could be quite dangerous when in the final third of the pitch. So it's something that we should be looking at. So it's an interesting proposition. Maurice has represented France in under-18s, under-19s and under-20 squads, and it's rumoured that he's going to be a player that will break into the senior French squad. Playing for a team in League Two means that his wages are quite low. He's apparently on €4,000 a week. So if West Ham do manage to sign him, you know, we could easily double or treble his salary. And that would be something that would be well within West Ham's budget for salaries. If we paid a player like him, say 15, 20 grand a week, that would be well within our reach. Also, given that we've managed to move quite a lot of, quite a few senior players on big salaries already, we've got quite a lot of, we should be flush at the moment. I mean, Carroll's gone, who was on 90, 100 grand a week. Adrian's gone, who was on about 50 grand a week. Nasri's gone, who was on about 70 grand. And Perez has gone, who was on about 80 grand. Plus Fernandes has been sold, and he was on around 30 grand a week. So we've got roughly about 320 odd grand a week in salaries available. So the fact that we've brought in two keepers on free signings and their combined salaries are roughly about 40, 50 grand a week, there's still something, quite a sizable amount of money that's available in salaries. So say a player like Maurice coming in for about 20, 15, 20 grand a week isn't going to be a big hindrance to West Ham, and is also going to give us a lot of freedom to sign other players in other positions that Pellegrini's looking for. So if it goes ahead, it sounds like a pretty good deal all round. Pretty good deal in terms of money, pretty good deal in terms of positions, because as I said, it kind of allows, it would free up the likes of Anderson to move into a more central position should it be needed. So it's interesting. But what would that mean for the likes of Nathan Holland? You know, Nathan Holland is only a couple of weeks younger than Maurice, and it was touted that Holland would be a player that would break into the first team squad this season. Now, if we signed Maurice, and if he is a player that's going to go straight into the first team squad, is it possible then that perhaps Nathan Holland might be put out on loan again? So I think we will need to see what happens here. Anyway, rumours still ongoing. You know, some of the rumours are beginning to sort of gather pace now. Fortounis from Olympiacos is still rumoured to be available to us, or we're still rumoured that we're looking at around about a 10 to 15 million pound bid for him. He's an attacking midfielder. Hayden from Newcastle, he wants to move down south, and he's a defensive midfielder, and rumours are that he's available for about 15 million. And Calderim as left back, rumoured to be available for about 5 million. Of those three, I think the first two are more likely. There's much more mileage in Fortounis and Hayden. I don't know about Calderim. If rumours are true, Pellegrini is going to keep both Creswell and Masuaku to fight it out for that left back spot. So all good. You know, yes, he's a young player. Maurice, he's an untried player. People are going to go, well, why are we buying a player from League Two? But we've done it before, you know, with some French players from lower leagues in the past. So I think it's an interesting one, and I think it's something that if it comes off, and given the fact that other teams are looking at him, then why not? And finally, there's speculation today that Roma are looking at Obiang. It's quite obvious that Obiang wants to leave West Ham. I think if the right price was offered, Obiang would be gone, and I think he's actually the next player that will leave West Ham. So listen out to all our other transfer gossip and all our other shows that we're doing throughout the summer. Subscribe to the channel, tell your mates, tell us what you think. Do you think this player would be a good addition to the West Ham squad? What do you know about him? Again, as I've mentioned before, if there are other players that you're aware of that we've yet to mention, let us know and we'll look into them and do a show about them. Might even invite you to do a show with us. So